Welcome. This lesson is over credit reports. So let's look at our number routine. Georgia has 1,500 in her checking account. She wants to buy a cruise for $1,200. Should she use the credit or debit card? There really is no right or wrong answer. I just want you to justify your answer. Some people will say, well, if she buys this cruise, she's only left with $300 in her checking account. I would use a credit card and get borrow that money as a loan, and at the end of the month pay it back. That's what I would do. However, some people do not like debt, so they said they'll use a debit card so it comes straight out of their checking account. Even though she only has $300 left, maybe her next paycheck is coming soon, and so you should not spend more than you have. So there's two chains of thoughts on this. So in this one, let's look at our do now. Which of the following statements are true? Circle all of the statements that make sense to you. When a debit card is used, the purchase amount is immediately deducted from a checking account. That is true. Interest is charged for credit card purchases if you don't pay it back. That is also true. Because are they going to let you borrow money from one of the MasterCard, Visa, Citigroup, Discover for free? No, you're going to have to pay it back. If you don't pay it back, you'll charge interest. Some credit cards allow users to borrow money. Yes, because it is a loan, so they're going to let you to borrow money. Debit cards allow user to withdraw cash. That is also true because it's coming out of your own checking account. Because when you use a debit card, you slide it into the ATM, you enter your four-digit personal identification number, PIN code, and press fast cash. Using a credit card has no effect on a user's credit rating. That is false. When you use a credit card, if you don't pay it back, it's going to hurt you. If you pay it back on time, it's so that you are responsible. And that's what we're going to be learning today about credit rating. So you're going to be doing a little quizzes to see what you know about credit reports. And then here is a video.
Understanding your credit score, presented by WallStreetSurvivor.com. A credit score is a simple three-digit number that tells lenders how likely you are to repay a loan. Here are two twins, Leslie and Andy. Leslie and Andy are both 30 years old, living in the same city, working at the same place, and earning the same salary. Leslie is fiscally responsible. She puts a portion of her salary into a savings account every month, always pays her credit card bills on time, and has never missed a payment on the mortgage of a home or her student loans. Andy, on the other hand, is a fiscal mess. Andy lives beyond his means and is always pushing the limit on
So Leslie is a very responsible person. She has a high credit score of almost 850. So credit scores are very important. It is a three-digit score that ranges from 300, some people say 200, 300 to 850. With this score, if you have a high credit score, you're able to borrow money easily and you will hardly pay any interest because people trust you. If you have a low credit score, it will hurt you in many financial part of your life, aspect of your life. So let's read through the statement. Pretend you work as a loan officer at a credit union. You must decide whether to lend money to different borrowers based on his or her past actions. As each action statement is read, decide if the given information is a negative or a positive. You will vote with your feet. In the past 3 months, Mia has made 4 late payments. Late. That is definitely a negative. Joaquin maintains a low balance on his credit report. That's a positive. I mean, a low balance, I mean, he borrows low amount on his credit card. Joaquin has 4 credit cards. He owes money to. Joaquin has 4 credit card owes money to each credit card company. Actually, that could be a negative. That's a lot of credit card he owns. Mia owns money on 5 loans. That's a negative. Mia has recently asked several friends for loans. That's a negative. She's borrowing money from everybody. Joaquin has 1 outstanding loan that is almost paid off. That's a positive because that means he's responsible. He can pay off his loan. Joaquin pays all his bills on time. Positive. The oldest credit card Mia has is 5 months old. That's actually is a negative because it shows that she doesn't have any history, good credit history. If you borrow money for a long time and pay it back, it's showing that that's a positive effect. If you barely got any credit card and you just recently got it, they don't banks and people who want to borrow let you borrow their money, they don't know if you're responsible depending on your history. And Joaquin has had the same credit card for 10 years. Positive. Mia has a civil judgment against her for $800. This means that she owed $800 for a service or goods and did not pay it back. Well, that is definitely a negative. I would definitely let Joaquin borrow money because he has a higher probability or chance of paying back compared to Mia. The better the credit report, the lower the interest rate. Credit reports that are negative result in higher interest rate being charged, which means the borrower is paying more money. A credit report keeps records for 7 years. So anything you do, borrowing money, um, getting a car loan, getting a house, it's in your record for 7 years. So if you forget a payment, they will know that within 7 years. So in this one, they talk about, in this video, which I'm not going to play, they talk about um, what affects your credit score. So it is payment history. Do you pay your bills on time? If so, that's a good thing. If you don't pay uh, your bill on time, that's bad. Also, it's how long have you, yeah. Next one is amount owed. If you owe a lot of money, um, and you don't pay it back, that's a negative, and so on. Length of credit history, that's important. That means you've had your credit card for a long time, which is a positive effect. New credit and types of credit. So in here, the $3,000 balance owed to Ford voter credit for auto financing. Consumer currently holds 1 mortgage, 1 credit card, and 1 installment loan. First credit established in 1987. The newest credit account established in January 2012. Payments to Credit Corporation of America were made on time. So they want you to rank these. So let me get my pen. As you can tell, payment history is the most biggest one of all. Payment history. Which one's about history? This one. You're paying on time. That's payment history. Amount owed. 2. You owe $3,000 to Ford. Number 3, length. This one. First credit card established in 1987. Number 4, new credit. New credit established in January 2012. And number 5, what type of credit do you owe? This one. So the most important thing is you need to pay your thing on time and how much you owe. And last but not least, in credit report, you're going to be doing a card sort, and you're going to see, is it positive or negative? I have one or more accounts listed in collection. That's negative. Collection means the bill collector. Despite dispute an unknown account and have it removed from credit report. That's a good thing, because you look at your credit report and you notice that there's something wrong with it. You remove any unknown stuff. You keep a steady job. That's a good thing. You have multiple hard inquiries for credit report. That's actually a negative thing. That means is you're asking to borrow money from different places, and so to keep on looking at your credit report to see if you're responsible or not. Have several years of responsible credit history. Positive. Unemployed for a long time. That's actually will be a negative. You file for bankruptcy. That's a negative. Remember, it lasts on your record for 7 years. You keep account balances at or below 25% of credit limit. That actually is a positive. That means you're only borrowing up to 25%. Make payments on or before the due date. Positive. Close all accounts with zero balance. This is actually a negative, because if you have zero balance, that means you have credit cards where you didn't borrow anything, but you've been responsible. You've been paying it back. So you want to tell people that you are responsible. Skip payments if cannot afford to pay. That's a negative. You should always tell the credit card companies what your financial is, so they'll know why you're skipping payment. Pay entire balance owed at the end of every month. That's a positive thing. Pay off their current account. That's a positive. Open new credit accounts. Actually, it could be a positive or it could be a negative. If you have way too many credit cards, that would be a negative. But it could almost be a positive too, because if you want to open up a credit card and show your history that you can pay, be responsible, it could be a positive. But I'm going to say it's more of a negative, because when you open up too many credit cards, that's not good. And so this is the story. This is about a lesson about credit reports. And credit reports, when you borrow money, you're given a 3-digit code. It tells financial borrowers and lenders if you are responsible or not. If you're responsible, they'll charge you a lower interest rate and give you the money freely, because they know that you will pay it back on time and you're responsible.